Ruby asked me this week, why is Donald Trump everywhere? Why is everyone talking about him? Which meant she heard something. She's really intelligent. So I told her, Donald Trump said that paracetamol causes autism. I said, I didn't even know paracetamol did anything. And she said, what? And she said, that look, she always does. And she said, first she sniggered at my joke about paracetamol not helping about pain, not even helping with pain. And then she said, they're very silly, aren't they, Mommy? And I said, they are. She said, everyone knows that autism is your brain. It works differently. And I said, it does. And autism isn't bad. Autism makes us amazing. It makes us who we are. And and it's everything that's great about us. Now, before people come at me, the people that like to attack me when they find something that they can attack over, not even having experiences about it, this is my personal experiences, my life, and my situation. I am very, very aware there is some people and families and parents that have different experiences, and that children or adults that have a hard time with some aspects of life and would be of a different opinion, and that is their right and their opinion. But this is mine, and I have every right to it, and that is my family's. So we're a neurodivergent family, and I am very, very proud of that, and we celebrate that. And ever since Ruby was formally diagnosed, we have always been very upfront and very open about it. I've seen people who are late diagnosed who suffer greatly. We don't need a cure. We don't need to be cured. It's not anything I did. It's not anything any mothers did. I smiled at Ruby because she's 11 and she understands more than a lot of grown adults. Someone else asked me, who, surprisingly, as a Trump supporter, they said, are people actually believing him? And I said, yeah, because some mothers are gaslit so badly, blamed for a lot of stuff, told a lot of things are their fault, like sensory needs, food aversions, children's sleep patterns. They're not told that this stuff can be related to autism. They're told it's their fault. So they scrutinize themselves. They look into everything they've done. I didn't know I was pregnant. Did I have a drink when I was 3 weeks, 5 weeks? Did I take paracetamol? Did I do this? Did I do that? There's preservatives in that food. Could that have caused it? Do I live in a high pollution area? Another quote was, women should probably just have to, about women toughen out. Well, I toughened out in my pregnancy with Ruby. It wasn't by choice. I had no choice. Doctors didn't have any clue what was going on with me. I was on bed rest for 5 weeks. I didn't drink alcohol before I was pregnant. I didn't have any pain medication. My diet was very, very, very healthy, very restrictive. My pregnancy was not a nice experience. It was torture. In saying that, I woke up grateful every day for my pregnancy. I knew how lucky I was. I loved it. But it was horrendously painful, excruciating, and it was constant hospital admissions and checks because of some health issues I was having. And I had to toughen it out due to having no usual story. So there wasn't nothing I did. I told Ruby that I don't know if paracetamol was taken when I was in the womb. But paracetamol wasn't taken when she was in the womb. She didn't care. She's proud to be autistic. Yesterday she was doing her circuit board and she said to rewire and everything, and she said to me, I'm intelligent because of my autism, Mum and I. She holds her creativity, her sassiness, her intelligence, her love for reading, and who she is for her autism, because of her autism. And so do we. You see, autism has also always been around, as long as human beings have. It wasn't hidden either. Some of the great minds, Mozart, Einstein, they even believed Eamon de Valera could have been autistic, judging after some professionals went through his letters. They believe he could have been autistic. Just that the children and adults that showed signs of being different were locked away in horrible environments, institutions, and treated very, very badly. It wasn't hidden. Just like the Madeline Laundries, just like TV, the signs were there, the whispers were there. People knew. And it wasn't even that long ago that children and adults were locked away. So autism has always been around. It is not being diagnosed more now because it's trending or cool. It's been diagnosed more because we're understanding it more. Women especially. And everybody has a right to know who they are. That feeling of knowing, that's why I do that. That's why my brain is like that. That understanding of who you are. It's not a label. It is not a label. It's the reason. It's the understanding of who you are. And that means so much. There is more diagnosis because of more understanding, especially in girls. The criteria has always been based on boys, like every single medical and health issue was based around even women's health issues. It is good that women and men are getting diagnosed now, especially young girls. For a child to grow up with an understanding of who they are, why they do certain things, why they're not just different, why their mind works how it does. It is why I always felt it was important from a young age that Ruby knew why her mind worked different. And when she was diagnosed at 3, we were told Ruby already know by the person diagnosed her. Ruby already knows that she's different, so it's important to keep her up. Ruby already knows she's different, so it's important to tell her. And I am so glad Ruby sees it as this amazing thing. Of course there is hard sides of autism. The fatigue, the sensory overloads. And everything else that goes with autism. It's nothing the mothers did. It's not paracetamol. It's not that glass of wine they accidentally took not knowing they were pregnant. It's not that jar of sauce filled with preservatives they accidentally took. Stop blaming mothers. Stop looking for causes and start giving what's needed. Accessibility, inclusion, and resources, especially to schools.